You ever hit a wall with a course you want to finish, but just can't? Well, I've been taking some AI courses lately, and I am truly stuck with one called Data Science Foundations on LinkedIn Learning. The reason is kind of weird. The male instructor speaks in this relentless style where he ties two totally different sentences together without pausing, even when the points have zero connection. An even more frustratingly interesting trait of his speech is that he slows down in the middle of a sentence, speeds up at the end, and pauses for 0 seconds before starting the next one, even when it's a completely new point. As a language researcher, I'm hypersensitive to the way people talk, so for me, this is like nails on a chalkboard. Out of pure frustration, and, okay, some curiosity, I started digging into the science behind why some people, especially men, tend to liaise two unrelated sentences with no pause at all. Here's what I found, in case you want to diagnose your own next awkward meeting. First, there's the issue of conversational dominance. Some speakers, men notably, use less pausing and more sentence running to maintain control of the floor. By stringing sentences together, they give you nowhere to jump in and interrupt. A University of Newcastle study on overlaps and interruptions found that men are more likely to use these techniques as a kind of verbal power move. Second, research out of Academia Sinica shows that some speakers skip pauses or prosodic cues simply because they're less attuned to how listeners process information. So, if your brain is screaming, "Wait, can we rewind for context?" that's because the speaker isn't leaving you any segments to breathe. There's also the role of gender socialization. Stanford linguists summarize decades of findings showing that boys and men are often encouraged to speak more assertively, with fewer pauses and more run-on talk, while girls and women are taught to leave those gentle spaces for feedback and participation. What you get is not just different volume but different rhythm. Another fun finding: men with more masculine or dominant status may actually speak less clearly and more continuously. Think information dump instead of tidy TED Talk. Research by Vera Kemp and colleagues demonstrates that this can be a not-so-subtle way to project authority. If you're feeling steamrolled by a stream of words, it might be intentional. Add in nerves, haste, or professional norms, like in high-pressure industries or academia, and you've got a recipe for compacted speech blocks. Some people just get used to talking fast and continuously, whether it's to fend off interruptions or because they think it makes them sound knowledgeable. This is Jade, helping you think smarter, not harder. If this inspired you, subscribe to support my work and stay tuned for more reflections, think pieces, and nature content. See you in tomorrow's video.